All right, what is up, guys? Today we are going to be going over something that I've really wanted to talk about. And first off, I wanted to note that I actually recorded this entire video already, and I did it on my phone and I realized that it just was not recording. And so it really bummed me out and I was let down and I didn't want to make the video. And so I decided why not pair it with something that I really enjoy, which is drifting. And so I thought that it would be a great idea. And I'm just gonna turn off my game volume just so that you guys can actually hear me and I can be sure of that. But yeah, so for today's video, I wanted to talk about being delusional about your dreams, really. Like going out chasing it, just attacking it regardless of anything, and not really listening to the other opinions that people have or might have about what you're planning on doing in life because end of the day it's your life, and so while others' opinions may be important to you, you gotta just chase what you want to chase. But that's kind of beside the point when it comes to actually understanding your goals. That's like a separate story. But once you've established your goals, you need to be absolutely delusional about achieving them and chasing them. Like, for example, I know that I'm going to be rich and successful and a well thought out business person. I always say I don't want to have $1 million. I want to be the person who's worth million or millions, who knows how much money. But I know that I have a long way to go right now. That is not stopping me from saying that I am going to achieve my goals. And even though I'm saying I want to be in the top 0.1% of people on this planet financially, it's a big task and it might seem very daunting and like very unlikely, but regardless, I am going to do it. Like, I am going to accomplish my goals. And I just adapt that mindless, like, I'm gonna go punch this in the face mindset. Like, this is my dream. This is my life. Like, I need to take this very seriously. And so I've kind of learned to adopt that mindset through so many people. Like, when you see a athlete who is the best of the best, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Like, these are people who took the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna be the best, and they really applied it. And now I'm sure there's people who did take the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna be the best, and they didn't become the best. But if that's what they really wanted, then it's the journey that matters, not the destination. The fact is that you made your mind up and you chase the thing that you wanted the most in life. Like, that's important. And yeah, sometimes we don't end up at our destination, and like, that's okay. That's totally fine. And I don't have a specific number in my brain, but let's say I wanted to become a billionaire. Like, I don't per se want to become a billionaire. I don't know that I would want to deal with that much money, but let's say my goal was to become a billionaire and I didn't become a billionaire. Would I be a lot closer with the $400 million that I made in the process? It's like, yeah, you may not have accomplished your goal, but you're that much closer to accomplishing it or setting up your life in a way that is in line with that. And so, like, that's just one example. Like, but there's so many reasons. So you want to be, even though you may not be the person you want to become today, the reason that you should mindlessly chase becoming that person is so that you can become that person before you even have the thing. So with me wanting to become rich and super successful, if I didn't have the mindset of somebody who was super rich and successful, it probably would never happen. And so people may call me like delusional for having this mindset right now, even though I do not have hardly any money to my name. The fact of the matter is that if I ever hope to accomplish that dream and become that way, then I need to be behaving like that. So if my big dream is to become a Twitch streamer, I need to behave like a Twitch streamer. But if my goal is not to become a Twitch streamer, but to become a YouTuber, why would I behave like a Twitch streamer? Or why would I behave like someone who's not a YouTuber? And it's not the point to like change who you are to fit the script, because a lot of the time um creating new content, creating new creative stuff is the way to innovate and develop a field even further than it's gone. But to get to the field in the first place, you have to understand how it works, and you can still be yourself while following those commandments per se that are required for operating in any field, period. Like for operating in Twitch, period, you have to be able to use technology. Like it's mandatory. And so if you want to be a Twitch streamer but you have no idea how to use your Windows interface, let alone setting up Twitch and OBS and all these things that are like crazy, and it's not that crazy. It's pretty simple, but if you don't understand it, like I didn't understand it at first, then I would have never been able to stream. I would have never taken those steps to become a streamer. I would have just felt like I wasn't enough. And it's only because I didn't know my tech. And so, my point being that if I had behaved like a streamer and really learned my tech, then I would have been a lot closer to accomplishing my goal. And the same can apply to having viewers. Like if you're not constantly talking on camera, then maybe people aren't going to want to view you. And like that's totally like realistic in my opinion. And so if you don't have that mindless mindset of like, okay, I am going to be the best, even regardless of if I reach it, I may like Luffy from One Piece. I love One Piece so much. He's one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. He says, I am going to be the king of the pirates, and if I die trying, then so be it, because I was doing what I wanted to do. And like that's a beautiful thing in my opinion. Like even though he knows he might die in pursuit of his goals, sorry for the drifting. He's willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish it. And I think that that can be greatly compared with like people being afraid to go out and really punch their dreams in the face, even though they're more than capable to do so. And I find it kind of ridiculous. I just find it ridiculous that that people don't want to go out there and do the thing that they want to do the most. Like because they might not accomplish it as well as they would like to. Like, okay, but what if you accomplish it almost as well as you would like to, or even better than you would like to? And you're telling me that you don't want to try just because there may be something that you like a lot less that you might be able to do a lot better. What's the point of that other than it leading to something you like a lot more? And I don't mean that because life is about happiness. Like, obviously, there's a lot of things in life that don't involve happiness that you have to do. But the more you like something, the more likely you are to do it. That's like simple psychology. And so, if you like doing the things that make your life purposeful and productive and happy and healthy, then good on you. You know what I mean? It's going to be easier. It's going to be easier to do, and you're going to be a lot more productive at it. And so yeah, you may not be the best at the best of the best of the best of what you're doing or even really good at it. You might just be mediocre or whatever. But the fact is that you have this authentic and killer mindset that is going to set you apart from others. Um but anyways, I think another really important part is that there's a lot of struggle in accomplishing your goals. And this is going to apply to mainly people who have a very hard goal in mind. Like if you really want to go out there and per se start a business or something like that, that's something that requires a lifetime of dedication. And if you want to be doing things like that, then you need to be absolutely delusional about your willingness to do it, because there's going to be years. Like unless like the world just falls into your hand, which is great. Like good on you. Don't mess it up. Use it sparingly, but unless that's you, like you're gonna have to grind for so long and go through so much hardship and so face so much personal doubt that like unless you have that mindset of like, no, I am gonna get this done, like I'm a G, I'm the dog, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna punch it in the face, I'm gonna just get it done, then you probably won't. Because that one hard night's gonna come where everything is against you, all the odds are pitted against you, and you have to make that decision to maybe give up some of your passion, and you have to have the willingness to take on that risk and say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue going. I'm going to work hard until I accomplish my dreams. Like, because I know that I can get it done, because I know that I'm the type of person that can do this, then you're not like, then you're probably going to get overwhelmed and give up. Like, you got to have that mindless, relentless mindset of like, I am perpetual. Mike Tyson, he's like, I am a killer. I am the fastest. I'm the meanest. I'm the most relentless. And like, it applies. It really applies. And so, I think that it's really important. Kobe Bryant, they said, oh, you had a really good final season, but it didn't end up the way you would like it, or you've still got a few games to win. Are you happy? He said, why would I be happy? Work's not done. Got to keep grinding. Work's not done. There's not time to be happy. I'll be happy when I'm done. And it's like that's so great. I don't know if I really relate to that one because I think you should appreciate the journey, but he had this big goal that he was trying to accomplish, and it was in a more short-term time span, but I really think you should be happy along the way too. I guess like happiness wouldn't be the right term, but it's like if you don't feel like you've accomplished your goal, it's like, what is there to rest about? Like, other than to get healthier, like, not rest. You know what I mean? Like, what is there to chill about? Like, feel like you are done. Like, you're not done, you're not nearly done. And so you got to keep grinding. You got to keep that relentless mindset. Maybe the odds aren't pitted against you. Maybe you have a lot going for you and you really just like are lazy. Like sometimes you just like want to chill and like I want to reels max or whatever. Or I don't know if I like am up for all of this. It's like, bro, you need to realize that like life has some type of suffrage in it. Life has suffrage. It's inevitable. Suffrage is inevitable in this life, and you have to decide how you want to suffer. You want to suffer working hard for 10 years to live 60 years of chill freedom, or do you want to be working for 60 years after 10 years of chill freedom? And it's like some people are cool with that because they feel like they're young and they want to live those years to the fullest, and then the other years they can really just like make up for it. And I'm just not that kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, I want to set myself up to where I can spend the rest of my life being the person that I always wanted to be and doing the things that I had never even dreamed of doing past childhood. You know what I mean? As a kid, you just have these massive dreams for your own life. And then when you grow up, it just kind of fades or disappears. And me personally, I don't really like that. You know what I mean? Uh, sorry guys, I'm also on Twitch streaming. If you guys want to go follow me on Twitch or watch my Twitch videos, you can go check out Fandaloon, Fandaloon. I also am on TikTok and Instagram that you can find at the exact name of my channel, which is Will BSNS, which is short for business, because I like to talk about business and accomplishing your goals and punching life in the face and just going at it and having a great time. And so I think that's always good. But yeah, this is as you guys can see, I just want to show you really quickly. I have I don't even know, you guys can't probably see. No, you can't see, but I have uh no viewers right now. No one's viewing my stream, but I've been streaming for a while now. I've been streaming for 58 minutes. And I had one person who came by and chatted, but that's someone who's chatted a while ago and they like my stuff and so they followed. I got them to follow, which was really great and super motivational. But you got to keep this relentless mindset of like, oh, I am a content creator. I am grinding in this game. I am getting what I need to get done. And if not, oh, this is a beautiful view. I'll just sit here for a second and enjoy the view while I tell you guys about my passion, which is to just or no, I'm gonna use this view for something else. I don't want to talk about my passion. I wanna use this view to talk about your passions and ask you what you want to do with your life. Like, where do you want to go? Is there somewhere insane that you see yourself in the future that you don't think you're able to reach, but in all reality, it's so close to you if you just develop this mindset of like, I am gonna just kill it. I am the number one. Even if I don't reach it, it's the person you become along the way that's just so crucially important. And so I really think that if you have this dream for yourself and you're not out chasing it and attacking it every day, then you gotta readdress your life. You gotta say, hey, who do I think I could become, and what is it going to take to become that person? And in all honesty, if you feel like you can't do that, or there's not enough time, or you don't have enough energy, then maybe try and work on yourself a little bit. Maybe try and think like, who do I want to be? What does my life look like? What have I created for myself? And what is that going to create for me in the future? And don't be anxious about it and don't be worried about it. Just move forward and keep that in your mind. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I figured out some of the things I want to do. I figured out kind of the person that I want to be. And so, why don't I start actively using my time each and every day to become that person? And if it's a lot of work and you're like overwhelmed by it, then why don't you spend 1 minute each week trying to become that person? Why don't you just spend a moment trying to become that person? You know what I mean? And so I think that that's a very important, um, I think that that's a very important thing. Yeah. Anyways, um, I really feel like that was a good piece of my thoughts on that. I don't have much more to say about it. Hopefully, you guys took away some inspiration from that and some meaning from it because I mean it truly from the bottom of my heart. But um, I just hope that you guys can take a look at your life and wonder, okay, what do I want to become? Where do I want to be in the future? And and I'll keep drifting for this little last part of the show because that is, or the episode, because that is part of my shindig. But I just want you guys to think like, okay, what do I want to do? Who do I want to become? I'm gonna keep going with the episode because I have so much on my mind. Like this drifting made me think, like, you can sit here and drift and accomplish your goals on Forza, and I'm literally sitting here accomplishing part of my dream. And I'm gonna remember this piece of the journey, which is like, okay, I'm sitting here drifting on Forza, having the time of my life, creating a YouTube video, streaming on Twitch, while also developing and growing my deep understanding of my own self, my own goals and passions. And so it's like, this is great. You know what I mean? Like, I'm having a blast. And yeah, it takes a lot of hard work. Yeah, I'm in college. Yeah, I have to study all the time. But, everyone has to choose how they want to suffer. And yeah, it's disappointing when I put a bunch of work into a video and I forgot to press record, or nobody watches my stream, or absolutely nothing happens. But those are the kind of moments that are going to lead to the moments where you really do accomplish your stuff. And so in the future, when I've accomplished all of my dreams, because I am going to do it and I am that passionate about it, you guys can go back and look at these videos and see that this is the mindset that I had. Oh, maybe I need a better drifting mindset though, because I'm choking right now. But yeah, you're not just gonna become an extraordinary person by having an ordinary mindset. Oh, I just happen to. Yeah, it's a good thing that I'm continuing this episode with you guys because I just ended up on the on the best drift road in the whole game, and so that's like a sign from the heavens that I didn't mean to go here. I just ended up here. But anyways, I'll continue talking about just like being relentless, you know what I mean? Like in the movies, in the comics, do you see the superhero, like even in One Punch Man where you're like, "Oh, he's super nonchalant, he's super chill." Like how did he do that? He did that by literally becoming delusional. He thought overnight that he would be able to run 100 kilometers and do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups when for the average guy at that time that wouldn't be possible. And so, in those first couple days of him doing that, he broke this mental limit and it allowed him to do anything that he could ever need. It gave him limitless strength. And that is an archetype. An archetype, I don't know if you guys know what those are. They are ideas that represent human behaviors that are as deep as life itself. And one of those archetypes is um freedom of self-individualization and free will choice of decision. And you have the free will to become the person you want to be, to self-actualize as the best possible version. You know what I mean? And so I think that that's something that's deep. It's an idea that's as deep as humanity is itself. Like we have free will, we have our consciousness, and we have the ability to choose to become as good of a version of ourselves as we possibly can. And so if you're not at least taking advantage of that sometimes, then I feel like you have some work to be doing. You know what I mean? And the killer mindset, the thing I'm trying to describe is adapting that headspace all the time and being like, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I've been doing this for so long with no results. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to continue doing that for so long, and yet it may not work in the end, but it's what I want to be doing. Like, where would I rather be other than the the path later down this path? Because yeah, I would love to be sitting in the future with a successful business, and I'd love to be there already, but I know that like unless I take these steps, I'm not gonna get there. And so unless I want to be that person living in nothingness, because it's like I come from a good position, but if I was doing absolutely nothing with my life, my parents just would not support it. And so I'm in college and they do support me and stuff because I'm still fairly young. But if I weren't doing any of that, I would not get any support. And if you're not getting support, that's just more reason. Like I know it's hard to say from my position of the privilege of getting help through college because some people don't have that privilege. My parents didn't have that privilege, and so I'm very lucky that they worked hard and provided that for me. But it's just more reason. It's just more reason to create that life that you want for yourself so that you're not dependent on things like money or other people's opinions or some job, you know what I mean? Like it's just more motivation to relentlessly keep that mindset. And yeah, that's what I think about that. And if you're not grinding hard every day and like working to become the person you want to be, you're not going to achieve that lifestyle that you want for yourself. Like it sucks, but it's a trade-off, you know what I mean? And I really don't think it does suck. I think that once people get out there and they start working hard and then having things to show from that work, then they start to appreciate the work and appreciate the process. Like, I know that now when I'm working hard on something, I have the foresight to think like, okay, when this is all said and done, I'm gonna have this burning sense of accomplishment that is worth it. Like, I'm down for that. Plus, I get the outcome of whatever I am tangibly working on. So if you're working on a car and you finish it, not only do you get the sense of accomplishment of finishing that car, but you also get the improved modified car. And it's faster and it's more fun and it's louder or whatever. And so the point I'm making is that it's a win-win. You know what I mean? Like you get a win-win. You're improving your life tangibly and you're also improving your confidence and you're getting that sense of accomplishment that I think is really important. And again, I'm new to this, guys. I'm working on my ums and my likes, but I think that this is something that I really enjoy doing. And so I'm going to stay out here and talk about my passions all the time when I have free time because I'm a student and I'm working on things. I have a business, an online business that I'm trying to run and develop. And so it all takes time, but I'm very happy with the way this is all going, and I really would love for some of you guys, or all of you guys really, but I know realistically some of you guys to join me on this journey and hit that follow button or subscribe or whatever it is for the platform you're watching this on and come by and just join part of my journey. I would really, really appreciate that. But anyways, enough of that. I'm so happy that you guys stopped by for my video. and are watching this. If you're here till the end, just major props. And if you're here to the end, you might as well just follow. If you're able to track what I'm saying and understand it, I'm going to be spitting out a lot more of this. So you might as well just stand by and uh become a part of the squad because we're gonna have a great time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Every single time I come and do these videos, it really like motivates me and hypes me up. And so thank you so much. I will catch you guys in the next episode and deuces. Much love.